is completed. Okay, we were into this one. Now we have a 4 dozen patterns internally they are using. One is singleton, second one is factory pattern. Factory pattern, which I just now I taught you, that is a factory pattern, loose coupling between the object. Where whichever object you want, based on that only we can take. What is that relationship is? Has a relationship. Has a relationship. What does that mean? For example, as a relationship, in order to extend keyword, you can use that object into the your your class. Okay, that also I'll tell you how it is. Okay. Now one topic is completed. That is what IoC. IoC inversion of controller. One is in that we have a two concepts. One is dependency injection, and second one is dependency lookup. Now theory. What is the dependency lookup injection? Dependency injection, DI means. Dependency injection means separating the object from the context. How object is constructed? How object is constructed? Don't worry about Spring context or application context or BeanFactory will take care. We need to concentrate on coding. That means we have a this is the code, this is the context, for example. All object will be there. Separating the implementation of object, you're separating the implementation of object. How the object is constructed, you don't worry about that. Who is taking care? Spring context will take care. But what we need to do, we have to use only some configuration. What is that? Whereas setter injection or constructor injection or auto wire or interface injection or @bean. Whatever you want, you can tell me the code level. Spring context will tell to you, hey, I will take care of all the things as part of, on behalf of yourself. I'll create an object for you, but you need to you can specify where to create, how to create, what to create. That means I want like shutter injection. Okay, shutter injection will create. Constructor will create. If it is AutoWare, okay, AutoWare bean I'll create. If it is other bean, okay, I thought like, you want some other bean, I'll create it for you. But you have to concentrate on coding. Now theory. Then what is the dependency injection means? Separating the object from the implementation. This is implementation. This is the context. You no need to worry about object creation. You have to concentrate on coding. It's tell to that this is developer maybe. This is application context will tell to the developer, hey developer, don't worry about the object creation. You have to concentrate on your coding. I will take care of creating the object that is available in the context. How to achieve that? Using shutter injection or constructor injection @AutoWire, @bean or interface injection. But in Spring support only shutter injection. Spring doesn't support interface injection. And you can use like shutter injection or constructor injection or AutoWire or @bean. These are the 4 types you can inject. I'll create the object for you. That is the context will tell to the Spring developer. Now what is the context? Now second concept you're gonna learn BeanFactory application context. And BeanFactory is the Spring 1.5, something like 2.5 up to they are using it. And this is 4. I think so 3.0 onwards it came. Now it is working. Now first part is BeanFactory does not support annotations. annotations. Now Spring 4.0, we are using annotations, right? Its BeanFactory doesn't support annotations. It will support annotations. Okay, where is that today's date? Okay, annotations. But what is annotation basically? Annotation is nothing but a annotation is nothing but a metadata. Metadata. What is metadata? Data about the data. Data about the data. It is coming from Java 1.5. Annotations is coming from Java 1.5. Then what is contains? For example, instead of plenty of code, we are writing in that particular application or a particular method or particular thing. That annotation they'll give us, you can use. Okay, we can use their responsibility in our application. For example, we have a different annotation. She's there. They are writing their annotations and they're giving us to implement. They have some implementation. They're giving us to use. What we are doing simply we are writing that annotation on top of the class level. It automatically work. How it is work? Because that metadata already will be there in the annotation. It's no need, you no need to worry about that. Already we have a created implemented thing. You need to use it. That is the thing actually they are talking about. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. Now what happened? Now we need to talk about BeanFactory and application context. BeanFactory is the, right, what is the BeanFactory application context? That is a context, it will be available in all the objects, Spring object or Spring Beans. Okay. That is the context basically. Now BeanFactory and application context. Now first part is what? It will support, annotation. It won't support annotations. Sorry. It will support annotations. Then second is it won't support internationalization. It won't support. Maybe I can not support, not support, not support. What does that mean? For example, internationalization means you're going to the Google. Gemini, only Google. Google. First page will come, no Google page. Where is that? Okay, anyway. See, if you're going to the Google, it will support Telugu, English, Hindi, Tamil, Kannada, all languages, right? If you convert, you can change your language to Telugu also, it will support. Whereas in application context implemented applications, that means BeanFactory implemented applications, they won't support internationalization. They're supporting only English. English. Okay. I18 N means I start 18 words is there, N means ending with internationalization. For example, the okay, and I think so, something like it will be 18 words will be there, internationalization, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. That's the reason what they're calling. They're calling as I18N, internationalization. Instead of writing big word, right? They'll call it I18N. I18N means it should support all languages, right? But it's not supporting BeanFactory all languages. It is supporting only English. Whereas in BeanFactory, application context will support all languages. That means, For example, China, yes, Chinese, Telugu, Marathi, Tamil, Kannada, and Hindi, all languages it support. Whereas here it support only one language, that is the English. Scopes. We have a scopes at 5 types. Singleton, prototype, prototype. It will support only 2 types of scopes. Scopes it will support. Whereas in application context, all scopes will support. Okay. Now, application context will support all scopes and this one. This is the lazy loading. What does that mean? For example, whenever calling get bean is the method to get the particular bean. For example, you want car, bike, and truck. I want truck bean. You can use truck ID here. Then you'll get the truck T. BeanFactory. Whenever calling the get bean method, that time only object will be created to the context and giving back to the reference. This is the get bean. Get bean is the lazy loading. That means whenever calling that particular method only to create the object. Application context is the eager load. Eager loading means whenever you are starting application, it's automatically load all objects into the context. Context. That is the one more different they have. Okay. BeanFactory will support, it's not supporting more than one XML configuration. That means I have a 5 XML configurations. It won't support. It will support multiple XML configurations. Okay. This is the main 5 features. 5 or 6, I think so. 6 differences is there. So BeanFactory and application context is a context. You can contain, say, all beans. You can compare JVM heap memory. JVM heap, what is the object storage? Same only here, it will bean there, instead of object, they named as a bean, and it's stored into the application context. Okay. Application context. Now, 2 topics done. Third topic, gonna is scopes. What is a scope actually? Scope means, for example, I am a Bangalore guy, for example. Now my scope is up to here in Bangalore, I am a local. My scope is, if it is here, local scope, for example, I'm a Bangalorean, I can do whatever I want. That means like, I can stay here, you don't need to permission and all. I'm going to the HID, Hyderabad. My scope is not a local scope. That is a non-local scope. Non-local scope. But in Indian scope, India. If I'm going to the other country. But what happened that time? You see, you're not only non-local, you're a other country person. Your scope is other country person, right? That way, we have a scopes in 5 types in Spring Bean. What is the first scope is singleton. Singleton. Session. session, global session, request, prototype, type. Now we will talk about singleton and session. Singleton means a Java class that allows to create only one object per context. A Java class that allows to create only one object per context, per application context. That means you have an application. My object, for example, my object is employee object is there in my context. 100 people are using same object, but I'm not creating 100 objects. I am creating only one object. Across 100 people, I am sending that my reference. This is a singleton scope. Singleton scope means I'll create only one object and I'll send across the remaining people. That means how many people they want my object. I am like sending, but only one single copy. That's what a Java class that allows to create only one object per context. Per context, not per JVM. Now session. Now session means, for example, you are I think so many people have a banking accounts, right? Banking accounts. Now they are opening username and password. Now what happened? You are opening, you're transferring the fund from one account to another account. Now you're trying to transfer, but suddenly what happened? Your father is calling to your mobile. What happened? You're talking your father. 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, you're talking your father. Coming back and see the screen, your session will be expired. Session will be expired. Click on. Then again, what we need to do? Relog in. Relog in. That is nothing but a session scope. Session scope means your website at least 100, maybe 60 seconds to 90 seconds. You're not clicking on anything. Automatically, session will be expired. Session will be expired. For example, you can go to the IRCTC or you can go to your bank. Basically, this type of implementation, they are using banking applications because you are opening, you are not logging. If it is not a session scope, what happened? Hacker will hack your system and rob your money. Then you will cry, right? Instead of that, what is the use of? Maybe usually we have a one like one thing is like forgetting, right? When you forget something and what happened, that might be they can they can hack it. That's the reason. Not only that, security reasons. They are actually expiring within 60 to 90 seconds. I see only 60 seconds only any banking, but some banking maybe 90 seconds also. Once 90 seconds, you're not clicking on here and there or transferring the money or not entering anything, automatically that will be expired. You have to relog it. Relog it. This is nothing but a session scope. Global scope. Global scope best example is Amazon, Facebook, or WhatsApp. Once login. Once log out only, it will be log out. Otherwise, it will be login only. For example, I can open Amazon. Amazon. Now Amazon open. This will be open only. It won't be session expired. Okay. Now when my login completed, whenever I am log out only, that time only what happened? It will be log out. Otherwise, it will be alive in to maybe whenever your system gone right, it won't expired until unless you're log out. Best example I can say, global scope means that scope is when you're login, when it will expire, log out only. This is the login, log out. Request scope. Request scope means entire request only one scope will be there. Once that request is done, then one more request will be there, will be coming. What does that mean? For example, we have this one. Okay, maybe I want to buy an iPhone. I'm clicking on that. This is my request. Okay. Once I'm adding a cart and add a cart. Okay, it will ask you whether the password, I think so. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then I want to buy this, and I'm doing transactions, and I paid and finished my transaction. Whatever from begin to end, that is nothing but a request scope. When it will end, once your transaction is completed, then that scope will complete. Okay. Now coming to the prototype. Prototype means each and every time, one new object will be created. One new object will be created. That is nothing but a prototype. Prototype. But prototype never used in Spring Boot, Spring or Spring Boot, because we don't want more objects in any manner. We are not creating a more object. Then what is the default scope of Spring? Spring default scope is singleton. Now, I think so. Once recap all the things what we have taught today. First, we are talking about what is a Spring. Spring is an open source framework. What is an open source means? Open the source code and whatever you want, you can do. Second concept, Spring is integration applications very powerful. What is integration application? We have a different servers and different types of users. If one server is happening something, then you don't need to worry about your data. See, for instance, now maybe I told you, right? We have a 3 data centers. One is UK, USA, and India. Now some is floods came and UK total gone. Still your data will be there and still your application is keep on running. You don't need to worry about okay, UK is gone, my data is gone. No. We have a different data centers. They have 3 data centers, 3 replica sets actually. They are maintaining not only they and different applications. For example, all social medias, all like Amazon, this type of big companies, right? They have maintained the 3 data centers. Banking applications also nowadays they are maintaining. Now actually we are also healthcare domain also planning to maintain 3 data centers, because something is happened, the data center is gone, right? Then all data will be collapsed. That is the reason what they are doing. They are creating a data centers, and data centers is nothing but I think so. Some guys knows, okay. If you don't know, I'll tell you. What is the data center basically? We have for example, maybe 102 I think so. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, right? 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. For example, 24, okay, 24 GB. For example, we have a terabytes of data. Okay, I can say terabytes of data and petabytes of data. In, for example, 24 petabytes of data, I think so, 1 rack. This is nothing but like that will be there. In that each rack actually 24 petabytes of data, 24 petabytes of data. Now we have a GB, right? GB, gigabytes, petabytes, PB. In this, for example, 24, 1 rack they'll fit. Again, 24, 1 rack they'll put. Maybe not 24, they based on their infrastructure. For example, Facebook infrastructure is very costly. They are maybe using 100 petabytes of data in 1 rack. Like that, they will do in that one data center. Then they'll put into the somewhere, they'll put into the some wires and all. Automatically your data will be copied from here to here and it will store into the data center. That the 24,2084 petabytes of data one rack. That means so many racks will be there. Each and every rack have a different types of data and it will store it. This is nothing but a data center. Okay, I mean to say big infrastructure will be there, very fast and network also very fast. That type of things actually they will store. Okay, maybe I think maybe data center means I'll type it so that you'll get to know. Data center. See, see. Oh, so I think so. See, if you're seeing right beside, this guy is explaining something. This is nothing but a data center. See, okay, where is that? Yeah. See, here. They are storing here a data center. Okay. Maybe if it is a big data, then they can see how they are using. This is the data center. They have all the data, and we can we can add it petabytes of data. Okay, that is not our session. That is a big data related stuff actually. At that time, uh, we get to know more how big data is storing, how to manipulate the data. But anyway, not record for us. Just I for learning purpose I thought you guys. Okay, where we were into this one integration applications, very powerful Spring. Spring is basically how they're implemented. They have implemented four types of design pattern, mostly singleton. Second one is factory pattern and proxy pattern and a template pattern, but that is not required. But you can use factory pattern. You can use factory pattern to achieve the Spring, loose coupling between the object. Dependency injection two types. One is dependency injection. Second one is dependency lookup. Dependency lookup means always looking for the object. Always looking for the object. Whereas in here, dependency injection. Okay. Dependency lookup means one class is there, A class and B class is there. A class extend B. For example, B class is changing something. Automatically, you need to change A class. Otherwise, it won't work. That is nothing but a dependent. Real-time example may be father and son. Son is actually jobless, maybe. You have completed BTech or MC or MBA or BSc. Still, you don't have job. Okay. He actually want to go to the movie or you want to go to the some trip. Definitely, you need to ask your father. Okay. Then that is a dependent. Your father is refused to give to money to you. Is not giving maybe some reasons. Then your trip is cancelled, right? Same way, you're depending on something is happened to the A class, B class also affected. Then if they don't want that, then what they're using, they have introduced like, dependency, not introduced actually, dependency injection. Dependency injection means separating the implementation of object, how the object is constructed. That is nothing but a loose coupling between the object using POS or POSI, plain old Java interface or plain old Java object. You're using plain old Java interface. We have an interface name called like factory. In that factory, we can truck is there, car is there, bike is there. We can implement that class. Based on your input, you can create an object. That is nothing but a factory pattern. Okay. Then I think so. This is done. Maybe now we were talking about BeanFactory and application context. BeanFactory to support all annotations. Application context it's not supporting, and BeanFactory to support internationalization. Application context not supporting, but application context will support internationalization. BeanFactory will support only scopes are like two scopes, singleton prototype. Whereas in application context support all five scopes. It's a lazy loading. That means you're calling a get bean method that time won't load. This is a eager loading. It's it is like whenever the start the application automatically load all beans into the context. Again, what we talked. Okay, this is XML configuration. It will support only one XML. This is support more than one XML. This is a what actually somewhat theory. Tomorrow you're gonna teach Spring core annotations and where to use, how to use, how many types of annotations is there, and uh, okay, I think so. We covered IoC dependency injection, IoC container two types. Okay, bean scopes we have covered singleton prototype request session, global session. And tomorrow I know I am going to teach these solid annotations. XML based configuration not required. Annotation based configuration tomorrow I'm going to teach. And auto qualifier and profile. Okay, this is all our annotations related stuff only. Tomorrow what we'll do? We'll talk about all annotations and stereotype annotation and auto annotation and miscellaneous annotations. We will talk each annotation what it will do and what is the configuration annotations and these are the things we're gonna teach. Once that is completed, maybe you will go ahead with one small example, or we can teach MVC and Spring Boot, so that Spring Boot we can directly jump into the example so that you can understand. Okay, I think so Spring Core, these are the concept we all covered, but annotations based theory is there. Tomorrow I'm gonna teach the annotation based theory. Now we covered, right? See, now we covered what is IoC covered, inversion of control, dependency injection covered. This is constructor and that while writing the example, you can write what is the constructor injection. Actually, we need to say constructor and setter injection only, but we can say five types. One is what I told: constructor injection, setter injection, interface injection, auto buyer, and build. These are the five types actually. It's there, but they are writing two types. But anyway, yeah, these are the things actually. Maybe tomorrow we'll talk about what are the injection types and what are the annotations and the remaining concept. Today videos I'll upload in this. Please go through the video. But I want to say one thing. You need to learn Spring Core and Spring MVC. Just to know that so that it's good. Because all popular is this. This guy is a popular now. All are using. Okay, Spring Boot and REST services. This guy and one more guy is there. The REST service. Where is that? This guy. This guy is a very powerful. These both guys are very powerful. No, you need to learn Spring Core and Spring MVC, but as part of the course content we need to teach. Okay, I think so. I'm done today. Do you have any questions, or I'll upload today videos and please go through the videos. Okay, yesterday's videos I think someone is asking, right? Please do some you know uh, alignment and all. I did alignment. That means like I given a names. Okay. What is that called? uh, Playlist videos, man. Okay, your channel. See, now I given a name 35, 36. Like that I given. If you go to the playlist or all, see, see, this is the videos 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13. 36 is nothing but the first video. See, this one. This is the last video. Whatever the last video is, maybe 1 minute. Loop, shuffle. What is this? Loop playlist. Okay. Huh. This is the playlist. Maybe I'll send you this link so that you guys can no need to worry about anything. Yeah. This you can now that playlist you can do that 35, 36 is nothing but a core Java. Okay. Now maybe I'll create a one more playlist that is Spring Core. I will write it. That playlist will be there in the Spring Core and Spring Boot and MVC. And one more playlist I'll create that is SQL related stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think so. I'm done. Maybe. Thanks, Steve. Bye bye. Take care.